As usual, bring yourselves to the center of your mat, wherever that may be, and ensure that you are in a comfortable seated position before we begin. And I'd like you just to take a moment to take some deep breaths in and out, just to settle yourself, just to bring yourself very much into this space. And once you feel like you've got yourself settled, start to find a rhythm with your breathing. And if it helps here to close your eyes, then you can do so if you wish. Maybe begin to lean back ever so slightly and allow your shoulders to relax. Relaxing your jaw. And just being present on your mat. As you start to think about the intention you'd like to set for today's session. No matter how big or small that intention is, just hold it in your mind, repeat it over to yourself, so that you have something to focus on, something as part of a guidance. Good. Now as you next take an inhale, let's lift our hands up towards the ceiling, interlacing the fingers and pressing your palms up towards the ceiling. Good. Let's start to bend over to the left-hand side and then turn and look towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. Come all the way back up. Take the dip over to the other side. Again, turn and look towards the ceiling. Deep breath in and out. Good. Come back to center. Shrug your shoulders back, uninterlace your fingers, take your hands wide and down just behind your bum, up onto your fingertips, and then begin to press your chest forwards, just into a slow fold over your mat. Let your head become nice and loose. And then slowly draw yourselves up, back to your seated position. Let's take a little twist over to the left, crossing your right hand over onto your left knee. And then take that same twist on the other side. Come back to center, take a deep breath in and out. Good, and then shake out your wrists and your shoulders, and then just move your neck from side to side with control, up and down maybe, and then bring yourself onto all fours on the mat. So make sure that your fingers are nicely spread, that your knees are underneath your hips, and that your toes are tucked. Good, let's just do a quick cat-cow movement here. At whatever pace you see fit. Just to loosen up the hips. Good. Bring yourself back to a neutral spine. And when you're ready, take the left leg all the way to the back of the mat. Good. Now press the heel back to try and strengthen out that leg. Good. Now we're going to draw this knee, this left knee, all the way up as if you're trying to touch your left shoulder, and then take it all the way back. Good. Again, bring it all the way up. And then take it all the way back. Good. A few more. Good. One more. And then bring that knee back down next to the right. Good. Let's do the same thing with the right knee. So take it all the way back, press the heel back, maybe even look forwards here and make sure you're feeling nice and long. Good, before starting to draw that right knee as high up towards your shoulder as you can, before taking it all the way back. Good, forwards, all the way back. Forwards, all the way back. 2 more. Good, and then bring that knee down again, next to the left. Good, this time we're going to take our left leg back again. We're going to lift that leg as high as possible, bend the knee, and imagine you're trying to plant your foot onto the ceiling. Good, we're going to do 3 pumps up and down, before then curling our leg underneath us and stepping our foot up in between our hands. Good, now inhale to rise up into a low lunge, and then bend deeply into your left knee here, reaching your hands towards the ceiling. Good, fold those hands back down, slide that left leg back and up. Again, bend the knee, imagine you're planting your foot on the ceiling, 3 pumps. Good, and then draw it back down next to the right. Wiggle your tailbone from side to side, and then we'll do the same thing with the right. So lift the leg up as high as you can, bend the knee, imagine you're planting your foot on the ceiling, and then pump, 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 curl underneath, step the foot up in between your hands. Inhale to lift, bend nice and deeply into that front knee. Good, hold yourself steady, breathe. Good, before bringing yourself back down onto the floor, slide that leg back and up, bend the knee, pump, 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 and then bring it back down next to the left. Good, let's bring our hands slightly further forwards up the mat. Make sure the fingertips are pressing as firmly into the mat as you can to alleviate some of the pressure on the back of your wrists. Tuck your toes and lift yourselves up and back into a downward facing dog. Good, let's take a deep breath in here. And out. As you inhale again, let's lift the left leg up towards the ceiling. Good, bend the knee again, open the hips to the side, and look underneath your left armpit. Good, now curl this leg round. Tap your left elbow, and then tap the foot up in between your hands. Good, now stay low. So our chest is now down towards the top of the left knee. And then take the hands back. So we're folded over that left knee, hands are away from the mat. Good, take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, bring your right hand down onto the mat, turn to the left, lift your arm up towards the ceiling. Good, we're gonna lower our right knee down. We're going to then bend that knee and then reach our hand back to take hold of that back foot. Now kick into your hand, let your left knee come out to the side and look up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Good. Let go of that foot. Bring the hand back down onto the inside and outside of your left foot. Good. Then lift the back knee up and step yourself to the top of the mat. So we ended up folded over our legs. Now just bounce on your knees just a little bit here, just to loosen up the backs of your legs. Good, then press the floor away, come all the way up to standing. Oh, little head rush. Marvelous. Good, now inhale, lift your hands up as high as you can, and then slowly begin to fold all the way back down towards the floor. Good. Hop, step, or fly to the back of the mat. So we end up in a plank. Take yourself forwards right over the tops of your fingers, bending the elbows to take yourself down through a chaturanga and back into a cobra. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. And then roll yourself back down onto the floor, bringing your elbows close to your body and underneath your shoulders as much as you can. With your palms flat down on the floor. Good, tuck your toes. And we are going to lift our hips away from the floor. Use your core muscles here to do it and look forwards. 3, 2, 1, drop. Good, take a deep breath in, lift. Look forwards, 3, 2, 1, and drop. Good, deep breath in, lift, 3, 2, 1, and drop. Good, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Lift yourself up through a press up and back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in, steady breath out. When you're ready, right leg lifts up towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, open the hips up to the side. Good, look underneath your right armpit. Good, curl this leg round. Tap your right elbow first, tap, and then bring your foot in between your hands. Good. Now again, stay low. Chest can rest nice and lightly on top of the right thigh. And then take your hands back. Good. Now really reach back with those hands and reach forwards with your chest. Good. When you're ready, drop the left hand down towards the floor. Turn to the right. Lift the right up towards the ceiling. Look towards the ceiling. As you slowly lower your left knee down. Good. Let's bend that left foot. Take hold of it with the right. And then again, kick into that back hand. Let your right knee go out to the side as much as it likes and turn to look towards the ceiling. Breathe. Good, let go of that foot. Bring the right hand back so it's just to the side of your right foot. Lift the back knee away from the floor. Step yourself up to the top of the mat. Good. This time I want you to bend your knees deeply, stick your bum back, lift your hands into a chair pose. Hold yourself steady, breathe. Long breath in, steady breath out. Good. Press the floor away, come all the way back up, reaching your hands towards the ceiling. Another breath in. Exhale, fold all the way back down towards the floor. Good, hop, step, or fly all the way to the back of the mat. Pull the body forwards over your fingertips. Lower yourself through chaturanga, back into cobra. Deep breath in. Steady breath out. Roll yourself back down onto the mat. Elbows come in underneath your shoulders. Palms flat down in front of you. Tuck your toes. And then again, inhale, lift your hips up. Look forwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Deep breath in for lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Last one. Deep breath in to lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Good. Hands back underneath your shoulders. Toes are tucked. Press yourself through a press up and go back into downward facing dog. Good. Long breath in. Steady breath out. Long breath in. Steady breath out. Long breath in. Steady breath out. Good. When you're ready, left leg lifts up towards the ceiling. Good. We're going to draw this knee forwards, kind of like we did at the beginning, and tap the top of our arm. Good. Send the leg all the way back. Curl it underneath again and step that foot up in between your hands. Good. We're going to draw our back foot in until it's about a quarter of the way up the mat, ready for warrior one. Now again, take your hands back. So we're in that folded state that we were in before. Good. Now imagine that you're holding onto a rope with your hands. Pull yourself all the way up into your warrior one. Good. Then lift your hands towards the ceiling. Good. We're going to cross our right hand over our body to take hold of the outside of our left thigh. We're going to take our other arm back towards the back of the room. So we're taking this into a twist. Now you should feel this here, up the back leg and across the bum. Good. So hold it there, breathe. And out. Good. Now let go of that thigh and reach the other hand in the opposite direction to the back hand. Good. Now pivot those hands down towards the floor. We're going to lift off our back foot, tap our back calf, front calf, left calf, and then take that foot all the way to the back of the mat. Good. Lift yourself high into high lunge. Good. Bend nice and deeply into that left leg. Good. We're going to swing the arms back behind us, bend forwards, but this time we're going to lift our back foot away from the floor into a warrior three. Good. Keep your balance. Breathe. Good. And then slide that leg underneath you to come back to standing. Hands reach. Deep breath in. And fold. Good. Bring your hands flat down into the mat. Hop, step, or fly to the back of the mat. Take yourself through chaturanga. Up and back into cobra. Good. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Steady breath out. Deep breath in. Steady breath out. Deep breath in. Steady breath out. Good. When you're ready, right leg lifts up towards the ceiling. Again, curl it round. Tap the top of your right arm. Send it all the way back and up. Take it under again. Step it up in between your hands as you draw your left foot in. Ready for warrior one on the other side. Let's take those hands back. Imagine you're pulling down on a piece of rope to bring yourself all the way up to warrior one. Good. Take the hands up towards the ceiling. Stretch yourself long. Good. Then start to cross left hand over to the outside of your right thigh and take it into that twist. Feel the stretch on the back leg and the outside of your right hip. Good. And then when you're ready, take the left hand in the opposite direction to the right. Good. Deep breath in. Pivot the hands all the way back down towards the floor. Tap the front calf. Send the left leg back and lift into a high lunge. Good. Again, fold forward, sweep those hands back. Chest rests on top of the right thigh. And then lift yourself up into your warrior three. Breathe. Hold it steady. Good. And then when you're ready, bring those legs underneath you so you come back to standing. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Fold yourself back down towards the floor. Good. Hop, step, or fly to the back of the mat. Take yourself down through chaturanga, all the way back into cobra. Deep breath in. Steady breath out. Good. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Good. When you're ready, let's lift the left leg up. Now I've got some options here for you. We're going to draw this left leg forwards and bring it to the top of the left arm. Now, if you want, bend your elbows. Use your right elbow as an anchor and maybe bring your head down onto the floor. If you're not feeling this, just go between downward facing dog and tapping your left elbow. Good. If you want to go further, maybe lift the back leg away from the floor. Good. Wherever you are, bring yourself forwards into a plank. Take yourself up and back into a cobra. Good. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Again, let's try that on the other side. If you're not feeling the balance, then just take the leg up and move between tapping the top part of your arm and back. Or if you're feeling it, try bringing yourself down towards the floor with your head. Good, and wherever you are, take yourself back, up, into cobra, and then back into downward facing dog. Deep breath in here. Good, and then let it out. As you lift your right leg up again. Good, curl it underneath you. Step the foot up in between your hands. Good, we're going to lower our back heel down towards the floor to pivot ourselves up into our warrior two. Take a moment to look at your feet. Check that you're happy with the foundation. Good. Then reach forwards. Turn the right palm to the ceiling and then lift it up into your exalted warrior. Bend as deeply into that right knee as you can. Good, and then come back to center. Good, now turn to face towards the left, keeping your legs exactly where they are. Just turn and face towards the left. Good, we're gonna reach our hands up, bring them down into a prayer towards our chest. Now send your right elbow as far as you can to touch the right knee. We're gonna reverse our feet and take ourselves all the way over to the other side to come up into a warrior two, facing the other direction. Good, again, reach forwards, turn the left palm towards the ceiling, reach up, exalted warrior. Deep breath in, and then out as you come back to your warrior two. Good, turn and look towards the right. Take a deep breath in, lift your hands up, down into a prayer. Good, and then start to take that left elbow down towards the left knee. Change the cross of your feet to bring yourself all the way back to your warrior two on the other side. Good, let's drop our hands to our waist and turn our right toes to the left. Okay, so our toes are pointing in the same direction. In fact, you can take your feet so they're pointing a little bit outwards here. Good. As you inhale, take your hands back up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend your knees and your elbows so they're in line with your shoulders. Stick your bum back and try and keep your back straight. Good. Let's press the floor away. Straighten out everything. Deep breath in. Exhale. Bend again, nice and deeply. Bum goes back. See if you can go a little deeper this time. Good, and then stretch out. Good, last one, deep breath in. And then bring your arms down, bend your knees, bum goes back, go even deeper if you can. And then reach everything nice and high before turning the right toes back towards the front into your warrior two. Deep breath in. Pivot the hands down towards the floor. Unplug your back heel and step yourself up to the top of the mat. Good. Unravel. So roll yourself up nice and slow. Hands reach towards the ceiling. Good. And then bring your hands down by your side. Good. And just take a moment in your mountain pose to gather your breath. Take some water if you need it, as we're going to move into our balance pose. Good. When you're ready, take the weight over to your left leg. Lift your right knee up and grab it with both hands. Now flex your toes. Turn the leg so that you're holding it like a tray. And then begin to bend your standing leg, sticking your bum back as far as you can. Oh, I'm losing my own balance here. Good. Finally, it's to bring your hands into a prayer to rest on that leg. Good. Now breathe. Keep sticking your bum back. Hold yourself steady and breathe. Good. When you're ready, slowly begin to lift yourself up. So your leg now crosses at the knee. Take that leg over that side of the standing leg. Reach your hands towards the ceiling. Take hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Pull it up and then bend over to the left-hand side. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. Come back to center. Lift that left leg up and drop it back down as you drop your hands. Good. Deep breath in and out. Let's do the same on the other leg. So weight over to the right. Left leg lifts. Good. When you're ready, turn that leg, hold it like a tray, and then bend your knees. Good. Stick your bum back. Go as low as you can. Hands come into a prayer, balancing on the top of your leg. Good. Breathe. Hold yourself steady. Shoulders back. One more breath. Good. And then start to lift yourself up. Cross that leg all the way over, toes touch down. Take hold of the left hand with your, left wrist with your right hand. Pull that arm up high and then take it over to the right hand side. Hold it there. Breathe. Good. And then come back to center. Lift that right leg up and then plant it down next to the left. Return to your mountain pose. Deep breath in and out. Make your way back to the top of the mat if you're not there already. And when you next inhale, lift your hands towards the ceiling. Good. And then begin to fold over your front legs. Hop, step, or fly to the back of the mat. Take yourself through a chaturanga, up and back into upward facing dog or cobra. Good. And then flip on your toes, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Let it go. And then let's lift our left leg up. Good. Let's take it underneath and take a pigeon on the left side. So left knee behind left wrist. Shuffle your right leg back as much as you can and come high onto your fingertips here. Good. If you're feeling it, bend the back knee. Take the right hand back to take hold of that back foot. And maybe bring yourself into a king pigeon. And breathe. Good. Wherever you are, lower your left hand down, right foot down, and then fold over your legs. And breathe. Feel that inner left thigh stretching out. Breathe towards it. Good. Start to draw your hands back towards you. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Slide yourself up and back, 3-leg dog. Good. Pull forwards into a 3-leg plank. Lower yourself through a chaturanga and back into a cobra. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Let's do the same thing on the right leg. Lift it up. Take pigeon. On the right side, shuffle your left leg back, high onto your fingertips. Good. If you're feeling it, bend the back knee, circle your left arm back, take the back foot, and then lift off into your king pigeon. Good. Wherever you are, slowly bring everything back down. Fold as far as you wish over that front leg and breathe. Deep breath in. Steady breath out. Good, and then when you're ready, draw your hands back towards you. Lift the back knee. Take yourself back into a 3-leg dog, 3-leg plank, chaturanga. And then this time, take a child's pose. And breathe. Good, nice and slowly. Roll yourself up so that you're sitting on your heels. Good, shift yourself round and onto your bum and bring your feet together. Slide them back towards you as much as you can and take hold of your feet if you wish with your hands. Let your knees come out to the side and just hang. Now you're welcome to bring your elbows on top of your knees here if you want something a little bit more to press down, or you can just bring your hands into a prayer by your chest. It's entirely up to you. So you can have them here, here, here. Take whichever one feels the most comfortable for you. Now just take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, feel that inner thigh stretch on both legs. Good, nice and slowly draw those knees up towards you. Make sure that you are lengthways on your mat with plenty of space to move back And then find a balance on your coccyx region and bring your legs so that they are parallel with the floor. Good. Turn the palms so they're facing the ceiling and lengthen out your arms. Now slowly press the legs away from you. So you edge your way back towards the floor. When you feel like you can't hold it anymore, pause, lift yourself up, and then re-descend. And if you get to that same point, pause before allowing everything to come down towards the floor. Good, and then once you come down to the floor, draw both knees in and give yourself a squeeze. Gently rock yourself from side to side. Good, let's drop our left foot down towards the floor and bring the right ankle so it's on top of the left knee, taking the right knee out to the side. And we're going to do thread the needle. So take your right hand through the hole you've made with your legs, taking the underside of your left knee and draw your nose towards your knee. Good, then start to lengthen out that left leg before rolling your head back down to the floor. Good, now slowly bend your left knee to bring it back down onto the floor. Now from here, turn on your hip so you go more towards the left side of your hip until you can bring the right foot down onto the floor and feel a stretch going across the outside of your right leg and bum. Good, take your right hand out towards the right hand side here and turn and look at your right hand. And breathe. Here, when you're ready, slowly start to lift that leg back up, rolling back onto your back, and then swap the way that you have your legs. So left ankle over the top of your right knee. Let's do that, thread the needle. So take your left hand through the hole, right hand round the back, and then draw your knees to your nose. Once you get as close as you can, lift that right leg up, hold it steady before rolling your head back down towards the floor. Good, now slowly bend that right knee all the way down to the floor. Good, same thing as before. So start to turn on your right hip, taking that left foot down onto the floor, taking your left hand out to the side and turning your head to look at that hand. And breathe. Good. When you're ready, draw those legs back up. Unhook your left ankle from the right knee, and then bring the feet as close to your bum as you can, knees roughly hip distance apart. Now take your hands so they're reaching towards your heels with the palms flat down on the floor. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in, lift your bum up and away from the mat. When you get high enough, shift your shoulder blades under and tuck your chin. And press your hips even higher. Hold yourself steady, breathe. Good, and then slowly lower yourself down towards the floor. Good, unhook your shoulder blades. Gently move your knees from left to right. And then whatever else you wish to do, do it now. So if you want to do a happy baby, or if you want to take your legs over your head and do a plow, it's entirely up to you as you start to slowly make your way down towards the floor. And once you've rested yourself down fully onto the mat, I want you to take a deep breath in and a steady breath out. As you start to relax your jaw, the space between your eyebrows, and to uncrease your forehead. And every part of your body that's touching the floor or the mat, just let it soften and let it sink. And slowly begin to let your breath move from the controlled to the automatic. And finally, your mind begin to drift. Let it go wherever it wishes to venture, without restriction. Nice and slowly start to regain your breath. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes and your nose. And in your own time, start to draw your knees up towards your chest. And give yourself a squeeze. Slowly roll yourself over to either the right or the left-hand side. And slowly press yourself up to a seated position that you took at the beginning of the class. And we'll take some breaths together. So exhale everything out of your lungs. Take a deep breath in. And then a long breath out. And then to each and every one of you who have joined today, most importantly, to yourselves, you can bow and say, Namaste. Thank you very much.